Comedy Jonah. Hi.
I'm back. There wasn't a concert tonight, so I thought, you know what? Let's just do the show.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence tonight. You're like Grace of Grace and Frankie. You're like the grace that Nicole exhibited in the Big Brother house.
I know. And I watched the Frankie show, and thank you, Frankie, for stepping in. You're fabulous. And yes, you do owe me a bet. You do. You owe me.
Well, who owes you, Frenchie or Frankie?
Oh, sorry, Frenchie. God, who's Frankie?
All right. You should at least tell everyone Mr. Comedy Jonah has been up for 2 days in an emergency room. So he's, a little bit, sleep deprived.
A little loopy. It'll be a fun show.
Right. To which I said, same thing, Comedy Jonah. Right. So we're here to provide entertainment for you.
Take two. Thank you, Frenchie, for stepping in. Yes, Frenchie, you owe me a bet. Yes. So.
I know. I told Frenchie I was going to contact him back to pull him in on this show, and I might have forgotten, and we're going to have Frenchie, don't you worry. Now, we have a lot to address on this show, so you know what? Because we were going to have a guest today, but first, let me let you know to make sure that you guys are following, liking, and subscribing wherever you are watching Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of those places. You guys following, hitting the thumbs up and the bell on YouTube, commenting below are all great ways to help support our shows, as is sharing them. Sharing is, after all, caring. Tell a friend, tell a family member, tell someone you think would like these shows. I'm not opposed to you kids making the mashups. I heard Turner on the feeds last night. He used to make videos for the Mr. Beast, and he was like, I would just make funny mashup promo videos because I like their shows. Where are the people making the funny mashup videos of our shows? I'm just one person. It's fine. And you can also tweet us at YRR Live anytime, and check out the past 10 years of our shows over at yourrealityrecaps.com. More than just Big Brother over there as well. So, 2 announcements. One, I was alerted super late last night that Nicole wanted to have a chat. Surprise! So first thing this morning, I got to chat with Nicole, and that is now up on our YouTube. So you all can check that out if you want. I figured, we're talking to her later. I watched all of her original interviews. I wanted to know, what's different, Nicole? Like, what's changed now?
What about the one with Chada?
Well, that's a great point. So, have you taken time to go watch these things back now that you said it's been a few days? So we get into that. And I asked her with dignity and grace, the way you're acting in these interviews is not how you've acted in the house. How can you make that make sense to fans?
You did.
And now maybe we're not getting any more interviews. So
bye, CBS. Bye.
No, I'm serious. I did it with grace and kindness, and yeah. So check that out. It's up on our YouTube, and I think a lot of you were asking, and no, we were going to have Hayden on tonight, Michael's fiancé. And I don't want to yell at you, Twitter, but in true Twitter fashion, Hayden now is getting death threats and all of these other things because, oh my God. Because apparently Michael said that he only wanted to be in an alliance, in a final 4 with, non-people of color. I mean, he didn't say that. He just named the non-people of color, which made a lot of people very angry. Here's my only point.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
But here's the thing. I was watching last night. This is not like hearsay or an update. Like, I heard it with my own ears. He has said now, and I know it more than once, Taylor is in his final 4. So, I don't understand what people are mad at him for. Sometimes I think people don't understand people lie based on who they're talking to.
Right. And so those original people that he named, was Taylor one of them, allegedly?
Not originally. I don't believe originally, but I think originally it came from Kyle, and Kyle was not including any of the people, of color in it, which, is something that we have discussed when I am live talking feeds during the day, and we have a long time to process through these things. Because I was interested to know, are we taking into account the cookout, and that he was referencing the cookout specifically, meaning, he's saying, I'm afraid of it because of the cookout, not because they're people of color. And kind of
Well, why would he
what
be
we
afraid if it's the cookout? I don't understand.
Because of what the cookout did last season, Kyle saying he's afraid that all the people of color will get together, and that's an unbreakable bond. You cannot, interject game into it. They're always going to stick together. So I am sure it is someone that is not a person of color is seeing in the house that as a threat to their game.
Well, this season is the leftovers, right? We had the cookout, which was amazing.
Or the lookout, as I call them. Yeah.
Look. And is Patrick on there? No. So, we had that legendary, amazing. Now we've got people who have been left out of alliances, the leftovers, where Amira even said it. Oh, who's outside in the back? Just a bunch of leftovers. That's what's so exciting about this. And so, the leftovers are made up of all types of people in color. So I don't get where this is coming from. And I think some people on Twitter just take it too specific, minute, dissecting. Oh, where there's not a person of color's name in there, so he's got to be racist. No, he's not.
I think it does a disservice. I think three things. Well, number one, I think my first point that I want to make sure that I make is I don't understand why Kyle, who is so close to people like Taylor and Monty,
Right.
cannot just go and talk to them if that's his real concern. I understand it's a game for money. They are close enough. We have seen their bond in the house that I feel Kyle should be able to go to Monty and Taylor at least and say,
Yeah.
look, I watched last season. I'm afraid of the cookout, and have a mature conversation about that. Number one. Number two, yes, I mean, for me, I think that context matters. And I don't think the context behind Kyle saying it was out of skin color. It was more out of what happened last season. However, I also realize that I am not of the skin color to say if racism is affecting me either. So it doesn't matter if it bothers me. It matters if it's bothering the people that are watching that it is affecting. So I just, my only fear overall, or my last point that I, made on it when we were talking about it earlier, was I just don't want to let actual racism or people who are being racist get to use it as an excuse. Meaning, like, you called Kyle a racist, so now your argument on racism is irrelevant. He was talking about an alliance in a game, and obviously he's working with Taylor and did it. So how, if you're saying he's a racist, then I reject you calling whatever I have just done racist. Yeah, I feel like it gives an excuse to people.
Yeah.
Was my only other point. But, that it's really not for us to judge.
Well, I mean, and we're also seeing, it's not really, people are vibing just because of who they are as individuals. Doesn't matter sexual orientation, color of skin, all of that
Yeah.
stuff. And there's not even, a person of people of color alliance. So I just don't understand where that's coming from, but whatever. I want Hayden on the show.
I'm sorry. I'm getting a producer note in my ear. When you are above 50 years old, you are not allowed to say quote vibin'.
I like the vibin'. That's what the
No,
kids are
you're not
saying.
allowed to be vibin'. I'm sorry.
You know, the vibin' of the
We don't care how little sleep you've had. You are not allowed to say vibin'.
you're
Um,
stressing me out.
you know, I wonder if they're gonna address the Kyle comments on the show. It probably should have been in tonight's show.
Kyle or Michael?
It Kyle. I mean, Kyle's comments impacted the Michael issue.
Right,
Um, so again, yeah. Uh, that's why Hayden isn't doing the show. Moral, this was the long roundabout way to say, this is, why he's just not going to do the show. He doesn't want to, garnish any more hate or death threats or tarnish Michael's name or what he has going in the game or after because, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I see a lot of it. I see a lot of people threatening Joseph's family. Someone found Joseph's girlfriend supposedly. Like, oh my god, the lengths that these people go to destroy people's lives doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it was really what was crazy, and and I've even thought, oh, can I do this? Was years ago. Can I do Big Brother? Do I want to do it? And I remember being in New York with Amanda Zuckerman. All three of us were out to dinner. Remember, we were going to Gina Marie's fashion show, and she was telling me the stories and what they did and how they were going after her real estate license and getting her fired from her brokerage. And I'm just like, oh my, why would anybody want to be on Big Brother and have all of this happen for one little weird, stupid mistake or whatever? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's totally why you wouldn't get on. So, you and Maximus Mom both think that you have a chance to get on this show. Right, never happening. So, but no, you got it. That's the ticket.
Do it.
You shouldn't want to do it if you like your friends or family, but that is it.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, I see people saying Joseph has a girlfriend. Yeah, Joseph has a girlfriend, and yeah. Apparently.
Apparently. Allegedly.
Well, I mean, partner.
Allegedly.
Partner. He says partner. So
Beard.
I don't know.
Beard.
Says partner.
Beard.
Sounds like partner. So yeah, that is why Hayden is not here tonight. That is kind of a huge thing that they were talking about a little bit on, or what they didn't show on the show tonight. They didn't show a lot of stuff on the show tonight.
Well, you were saying in the last show with Frenchie that, what, Muffin Gate kind of continued and it went on, and you wish that they would have shown more. Well, tonight they did, and I didn't need it. I didn't need it. Did you need it?
No. And by the way, boy, her foot feels great when she wants airtime. Boy, when it comes to airtime, when the diary room is like, all right, Jasmine, we're going to do another segment with the Muffin segment. America really liked it. She's like, well, then my foot feels better than pudding pop on a summer day in a little boy's mouth, which sounds weird. You know what I'm saying? Like kids and ice cream and pudding pops.
A boy's mouth.
I just meant like little kids eating ice cream in the summer.
Yes.
I wanted to say pudding pop.
I think they kind of coaxed her in with them. Hey, there's muffins in the DR, Jasmine. You want to come
There's muffins. Come get them.
Yeah.
No, it was like miraculous recovery. I mean, let me tell you, as somebody who wore that boot and often laid on a couch and then had to roll off the couch onto the floor, being on your stomach is not an easy position to get up in that boot, because it is again, situation that I live with to this day where my foot doesn't bend because it's anchored in that way. So I just find it interesting how well she's able to get around when she wants
Even
to.
laying on her stomach, but trying to squeeze herself. Was it trying to squeeze under the couch or by the couch, or when she was trying to be her special investigator? Yeah, I was like, how is she doing that in this boot with this injury? Like, it didn't seem good. And then confronting Turner, I thought Turner looked convincing tonight when he's like, no, I didn't. I don't know who did.
He's gotten better at it. I think it's one of those things where I credit All Stars for this for me. I know I used to be a horrible liar, and then I had to lie so much about All Stars, and I thought I was being so obvious about it, and someone was like, you just gotta try and believe your lie. And I feel like, did I get better at it? Like, I don't know. But I feel like he got better at it, because in the beginning, when Jasmine confronted him like the first time in the bathroom, he was very much like, oh yeah, no, not me. I don't know. Like, he wouldn't make eye contact. He was like, what, wasn't me. I don't know who it was. What? Did you say Muffin? Muffin? Like, he was very awkward the first time. I knew it was him instantly.
Well, and what kind of muffins were they again? Were they like macadamia, banana?
Well, you'll have to tune into the Nicole interview to find out.
What?
Speaking of All Stars, I pissed people off with recipes again. Nicole was written out of that whole segment. They were the muffins that Nicole made. I believe they were like chocolate orange muffins.
Oh, yeah, or something like that.
But yeah, so she made them and then they wrote her out of the whole segment. Yeah, they're no magic muffins. There was nothing great about them. But I just want my segment, and I'm gonna army crawl on the carpet, and I'm gonna get under the couch. Except I don't fit under no couch. And I'm sorry, Turner can't do an accent. You're from Boston. You can do an accent.
Right, go park your car, Turner.
Is someone hiding? Like, every time in the DR, he's like, what? Oh God, what would Jasmine say? Buttered beans in a boiler. I'm like, all right, okay, normally you're very funny, Turner. What is happening? Like, Turner literally makes me laugh out loud with his deadpan one-liners on the feeds. And this is proof that feeding these people lines in the DR is not good. They just need to, like, let him go, because them trying to feed him the line is not working. Mm-hmm. I was just like, ooh, this is awkward Turner in the DR. Didn't like it. I didn't like awkward Turner in the DR.
No. And I mean, speaking of feeding, I mean, Taylor and those chips, I agree. I love chips. I don't get to.
Do ya?
I do. I don't get to eat them often at all. And that's why I just do this to my face all the time, because I'm salty and savory. Like, I would rather have chips than like ice cream. Like, I would.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't know if my noise canceling is working, although I would say that it's something that CBS should invest in, because there's only 9,000 million filters available, that none of us would have to hear the chewing on the feeds if you just did. But I like the segment.
I can barely hear you right now chewing. But no, yes, I get it. I mean, you're just in there. Like, even, another shout out to Gina Marie, when she was just in there just eating and eating and eating. Just eating all those chips and everything. Like, that's what I was thinking of with Taylor in the hammock. Like, I would be doing it too. And I guess she only gets the plain chips. She doesn't get, like, salt and vinegar or even some.
Right, she likes just a Lay's. It's her popcorn. She didn't want to come in and create.
Right.
Again, I think there are people that go into this show and they are very smart and strategic. Taylor, to me, is one of those people. She doesn't want an eats popcorn meme. She wants an eats potato chips meme, because that has not been done. Well, actually, Janet Jackson did, right, who is her favorite. So many people probably don't know that she is copying the Janet Jackson meme. But I guarantee you when Taylor comes out, she will say she's copying the Janet Jackson meme.
Oh, yeah. And getting
With the
her
potato
own
chips.
potato chip bean, which is super
Yep.
smart. Yeah.
Yep. No, I loved it. I mean, we know, again, another thing they're not talking about on the feeds is that Taylor and Joseph really do have a fake manse going on in the house. The only problem with it is that I kind of think Taylor really does have feelings. I mean, she has flat out told people, like I believe Brittany, that she has feelings for Joseph. So she actually does have feelings for Joseph. I don't think Joseph has them necessarily in return. So I could see this becoming a problem as the season goes on. But
Right.
currently, I'm on board for it because their fake manse enrages Indy. And I am for anything that pisses off Indy. Indy's getting... What?
She likes Joseph as well.
She does, and let me tell you, she is getting no airtime this week, apparently, because she's been a monster. They've given them alcohol like 3 times this week, and Indy at night on alcohol is just like, hey, it's just, what do you do, G? Why you hide the alcohol? That was for Michael! She is like, she is imagine the most annoying high school girl at a party while drunk.
Yeah.
That's the head cheerleader and thinks everyone's in love with her. That's Indy. I need my alcohol. I can't do her accent because I have to hear it.
Oh, yeah, I have to hear it too. I can't do it either.
I can't do it. It's like French dominatrix. I want the out, but then how are you doing that drunk? I don't know. I have to hear it.
She's Spanish.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying in my mind. Well, in
Oh.
case you didn't know, I do all the accents wrong.
Right, I know, I do too.
But yeah, she's the worst. Indy's the worst. I wish Indy would go. But I did love Lay's segment. I wonder how much Lay's paid for that. I saw everybody.
At first it was turned around, so I wasn't sure if Lay's did. And then we got to see the Lay's chip in the hammock and all of that. And I'm like, oh, okay, Lay's. Because, we see the sponsors in Big Brother Canada. Oh, my God.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, so many people on Twitter were like, get Taylor a bag. And they're like adding Lay's and are like, Lay's, you better sponsor her. You better look at her. She's out in these, BB streets promoting your brand. I'm like, do you think Lay's isn't aware of this segment and paid for it? Here's the way television works. CBS went to Lay's and said, we have an entire Lay's segment we'd like to do. How much are you willing to pay for us to let America know that it's Lay's? And then Lay's went, 5,000? And they were like, we'll take it.
I think it's more than that.
Yeah, it's probably more. They probably paid like 20,000 if you show the logo. Well, you say, because they were flat out saying the name Lay's by the end. So they paid for a few names and a thing. My point is, Lay's is well aware of it.
Oh yeah, because they paid for it.
Yeah, they paid for it. So I like it. I liked that. I liked the segment. It was fun. It does almost seem like production is getting on board with the fact that the fans don't want to see so much Showmance, because every time they want to show us a little bit of a Showmance, they kind of end it with the joke, like Jasmine coming in on Kyle and Alyssa about the muffin, and now, we think it's going to be about Joseph, but it's about potato chips. I very much feel like they're trying to have this tongue-in-cheek joke about, like, all right, we get it. You guys don't care about Showmances making the end.
Taylor's, DR, where she's like, I have the biggest crush on potato chip.
Yeah.
I was just like very tongue-in-cheek. I'm like, because then I don't even know if you would notice me writing the notes, and I'm like, Joseph, and then I had to delete.
Nope, not Joseph. I could just see you doing that. It is totally going to be Joseph right now.
Joseph
oh,
right
nope,
now.
it's a potato chip.
Oh, no.
It's a potato chip. By the way, if you can't make it to the next show, I might just replace you with a potato chip.
Just put a can of Pringles right here. Because you're eating Pringles, you're not even eating Lay's.
What are you talking about? I'm eating Lay's, damn it!
That is a Pringle. I know my chips.
Let me tell you, it is a Pringle, by the way, sponsored by Miss Man Cougar. Thank you. And they're I have not had Pringles in a while. They're delicious. Okay, so, yeah, Lay's segment into Otev early. This is the earliest we've seen Otev on the show ever. By the way, I like getting the classic Big Brother comps in earlier.
I like it earlier. I don't know if I necessarily like the roach and all the singing, but
I mean, it was weird. That was a little weird. You know, normally I feel like this season of Big Brother is missing these Big Brother elements. Like all the other Otevs, I feel like have always been the pig, and it'd be like, "I'm Otev. Here's my stupid riddle. A boppity bop boop bop boop." But then by round 3, it's like, "I don't feel so good," like Satan pig. And now it's just like the same joke over and over and over. There's no twist to the competition anymore. By the way, where are the punishments? Where are people getting costumes, people getting chained to people being Where's the fun Big Brother things we used to have?
A barbecue and make everyone hot dogs?
Yeah. Where is that? I would like to know, Heath was the one in control of all of the fun on the show. Then you need to get a new Heath. He's the one that used to do the comps. But yeah, we need Heath.
I think even the songs were a little difficult, or maybe because I'm sleep deprived today.
No, they weren't. They were bad.
They were bad, and then it was just like, and I'm listening to it, and then it's like mermaid. I'm like, oh, mermaid. Okay, mermaid. Yeah, mermaid.
I literally got one word. I literally could understand one word of the comp.
That's all I can understand. And then it's like, as soon as mermaid, and then I saw Monty just scrambling, you know. Yeah, it was tough. And then for Jasmine to get picked for this comp, this is what I'm telling you. First, the invitation, the red invitation, she gets it first. She's in the boot. She can barely walk. She gets the first red invitation. Now she's playing Otev, and she still has the boot. Doesn't have a cane.
That was your problem?
Was one of the third people up on the first one. I'm like, how is this girl doing this when she's in a cane?
Exactly. Literally. Now, granted, the picks were probably an hour or so before, but whatever. In the edit, moments before, you're watching her literally hobble to the front of the room like, I got time and Tim, please, may I have some more? Please. Oh, can you spare me some porridge? And she's like dragging her leg behind her. I need help. Oh, Lord. Cut to like 3 seconds later. She's like, I'm running up the mountain, slipping down the slide. This is my favorite competition. Gonna dive in, gonna win this round. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I'm as creaky and off balance as a bridge on the Mississippi River. Yeah, and even when she was voted out, like, she needed the cane to get from the comp.
Yeah, well, now she's going to have to...
Was sliding all over the place. Oh, I got the sauce. Get gravy, you know, and then when she was out, she was like, I need the cane. The cane. Does anybody have the cane?
Well, she knows she's not getting any airtime on the sideline.
I love these people, and they're very aware of all their airtime.
They are. That's new Big Brother. Why do you think it's not as good as old Big Brother? Because everybody cares so much what everybody thinks about them. That is clearly the issue.
Yeah, and then Terence making it to top 2?
Well, first of all, let's talk about the other things they left out of this competition. Okay. Number 1, Brittany apparently fell down, ripped her leg open, needed stitches, which, because she dove, like, one of the pools of water apparently weren't a pool of water. And bless her heart, that idiot dove right into it.
She dove right into a pool that wasn't of water?
Well, she's not very smart. I could list many reasons why she's not very smart, but in this case, I'm going to say it's because she dove into a pool of not water.
I mean, even seeing her, at the beginning of this comp saying, I'm going to take this win for us. I'm just going to do it myself. And
yeah, no, you're not. You're not. You're out first, sweetie.
I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it for Michael because, we're the veto champs.
No, it's okay.
And then is the first one out.
I see.
Useless.
I see Destiny's in chat is saying Turner needed to have his knee popped back in after the comp as well. Ooh, I didn't know that.
Oh, I love Jackie Nose saying Jasmine needs a muffin costume for her punishment. Oh, wouldn't that be amazing?
That would be amazing. So, Brittany apparently cut her whole leg open. She needed stitches, which she didn't get until like 8 hours later, from a doctor in the DR wearing a headlamp.
Like a minor?
Now, you might think this... I just want to point out, I was joking around. Like, again, I'm always live, so we're talking about the live feed stuff, and I am literally saying there is no way if I was in that house and you told me I need stitches that I would allow a doctor to come in that diary room, which probably has intern semen all over it.
Skin sales.
It's just so disgusting. And then perform surgery on me. Get a plastic surgeon if you have to get stitches done, is my tip to anyone. So I was like, there's going to be some creepy doctor trying to stitch her up in a dark room. Then we come to find out Brittany has it done. She's like, yeah, it was some weird doctor. He did it like half in the dark wearing one of those headlamps with the light on them.
They can't go to a hospital because they're afraid some of the hospital staff will educate them on what's going on the live feeds in the game.
Yeah, only production is allowed to do that for them.
But is that why? I mean, why aren't they given proper medical...
COVID, they don't want them to leave the house, be in contact with other people, probably. Oh. Then you're infecting the whole house if you get COVID in hospital.
On the CBS, on the soundstage, that is like a hospital. I mean, is it General Hospital? Or what's on CBS? I don't even know. Bold and the Beautiful has a hospital. Can't we go to that set and stitch Brittany up? Like, why can't we figure something out? There's a medical unit. I'm sure when all of those shows are being shot on all those different sound stages, there's a med unit on site where you can get the basics, unless it's, complete surgery.
Yeah, no, I think,
why is she going to stitch up in the DR room? Okay, we're going to get ready and do your DR for this, Brittany, but we need to stitch up first. And then
First of all, you don't need stitches, number one. It was only 6 stitches. Less people are saying I'm making it seem worse than it was. It was only 6 stitches. However, believe me, as somebody who doesn't go to emergency rooms and has had a lot of cuts that need stitches, you don't need stitches. You just literally push your skin back together and put a Band-Aid. If it's really bad, you can squirt some actual crazy glue in the cut and push your skin together, which I know I'm not a doctor, but I've done it and it works.
TVs and stuff.
Also, go to a plastic surgeon if you need stitches. But, so I'm just saying, I think she would have been fine. I also see other people saying, I don't understand all the Brittany hate. I don't hate Brittany. I don't care for a personality type like Brittany. One where it is always, woe is me, I am the victim, I'm pretending to be so nice in these scenarios, yet I expect everyone to just carry me through this game, do what, like, every time they're fine, she can't let Michael enjoy it for 3 seconds. She just has to go and cry for 2 hours about, what about next week if you don't win again for me? If you don't win again for me next week, I'm not going to be safe, Michael. Just go and something your fucking self. Oh, she is as bad to me as Nicole and Daniel, and I know this is a hot take. Here's the thing. Brittany is Nicole or Daniel,
Yeah.
but smart. She just knows not to act like them to other people.
Well,
She still does all the same
well,
shit.
she,
Can I just make my last point
do it.
of and she has no problem wanting to go after Michael. She 100% has said she's willing to go after
She
Michael when
should.
Festy Besties are over.
She should. Everybody should.
Yeah, they should.
Which is why
So,
it's a good thing he didn't put up Monty, because Monty's also kind of a shield as well for him.
true.
But the thing with Brittany is it's nothing to do with personality for me. It has to do with how she started in this game with her game when she got caught lying with Amira and Nicole, and it was stupid, and she looked stupid, and she was so tweaked out over the bestie, backstage pass thing, and it showed me she does not have the nerves to really kind of play this game. Like, you have to, kind of have a poker face and not try to overthink stuff so much, and then so early on, right? And now we're just seeing this kind of vomit over and over again with Michael and crying, and if you don't win, they're coming after me. And she would definitely cut Michael, and she should, and a lot of them should. Michael's won every veto he's done. Michael is a threat.
Here's the thing. I am fine with any other look, I'm fine with anybody cutting people. I understand it's a game, but for the interest of this show and us
right. And not
having opinions,
just cutting.
Yeah, us having opinions. She's the one person who literally owes her whole life in this game to Michael. She's the one person that I think I'm allowed to feel away if she wants to get rid of Go ahead, get rid of Michael. You're next.
Right. No,
These people don't give two shits about you. Just like you didn't give two shits about Taylor until you fucked up your own game and then needed to be nice to her.
Unless there's another comp where she has a rope wrapped around her and she has to run and boost the other person up again. Then she's seated.
Just the worst. I'm sorry. I don't buy what she's selling. I know that she triggers me.
She's never done a Nicole and Daniel kind of what they went and just, jumped on Taylor like that. No.
But she was part of Mean Girls anti-Taylor until it messed up her game and then realized, I got lucky enough to be put in the leftovers. I love Taylor now.
She went along with it, but she didn't do anything specific. Like,
no. Well, she went along with it.
Yeah.
This is pretty bad.
It's bad. It's been bad.
I mean, I get it. It's a game for money. This is not real life. Blah, blah. They all signed up to play. I get it. I get that part. I know I'm being a hypocrite, but I'm just saying.
Did you have a favorite sauce?
Do I have a favorite sauce?
No, from Otev. What did you have a favorite sauce, like, of the names?
And
I have the notes open, so...
I know. I went right over and said, since you're asking, I'm sure they're on the notes. So let's see. We have potty tangy barbecue sauce, mermaid mayo, pie fest fire, piercing de gallo, get a life gravy, mind your step mustard. Well, I like mayo.
Okay, I like mustard. Mind your step.
No, I don't understand that. Do you like pickles?
Love pickles.
Well, you like things that are disgusting, so it makes sense.
I like pickles, yeah.
I don't understand why we put sour, disgusting things on food. Like, hey, here's food that tastes good. Now let's make it taste dill or sour.
I don't like sauerkraut.
Really? Because you like a pickle and mustard, so you probably do.
Oh, I love tomato.
Yeah, what would your favorite one be?
I'm not a big potty person. I'm not a big golden showery potty, tangy potty. I'm not a big mayo person either. Mine would be mind your mustard, and I love gravy. Get lit gravy. Let's put gravy on it.
Get lit gravy. Okay, then get lit gravy for you it is. I like pickles and sugar, says Jasmine. I like to dip my pickles in the sugar and eat them like a fun dip.
I saw that. I got some highlights, and I was watching that it was a while back, but yeah, in the bag.
Yes, in the bag. Horrible nightmare. Okay, so Brittany needed stitches, blah blah. There was drama where Brittany needed to sit down with her leg gashed open and Jasmine wouldn't move for her. That caused a lot of issues.
Well, Jasmine's injured as well.
Yes. Just not when she's on camera. Unless she's on camera and wants people to do stuff for her. Then she's fine.
But see, Brittany only had 6 tiny little smidge stitches, like you said. Jasmine has a boot on.
Jasmine had no stitches.
But she's got torn ligaments.
Well, she's got something, all right. We saw Jasmine on her side and Brittany crowded by people. I don't know what you mean. So that was another thing. This is the one thing that I will give Brittany credit for, because they also didn't touch on this apparently on the edit. Brittany and Michael were talking about after the fact that Brittany is the one that stockpiled a lot of those answers on the side for Michael. And that's why, if you noticed during the competition, Michael kept trying to take the left side of the ramp, because that's where all the answers were that Brittany stockpiled. And he was trying to block people from noticing that they were over there. So he took a lot of credit for it, but apparently Brittany knew she wasn't going to do well in this, and her goal was just to help Michael win. So she was throwing as many of the answers into that area as possible.
So she only lasted 1 round. How many sauces do we think she stockpiled for Michael?
1.
That 1 is not a stockpile.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she did none and just said she did them. We'll never know. I would think she probably just went into a pool of water and started complaining that the sauces aren't coming to her quick enough, and next week she won't have any sauces if they don't fly into her hands for her right at this moment.
Yeah, I would have loved a punishment where, they had to put maybe one of these special sauces on everything. From spaghetti to...
Stop trying to make the show fun. Stop trying to come up with the simple logic that any producer should have thought of while they were talking about planning out this week. Oh, hey, we're going to do sauces. Maybe that should be a thing that impacts the have-nots. Maybe?
Yeah.
No, we don't want to. That would cost like $20. So we don't want to. No? All right. We'll just buy them We'll just buy them a $300 piece of fish they'll throw out. Okay, we'll just buy them $300 piece of fish they'll throw out. It's fine. I will say, to Joseph's credit, he is the first person, and I know that I have a horrible memory, so maybe other people have been good about this in the past, but I have specifically several times now seen Joseph making an active effort to make sure that they do not waste food in this house. Like, there are people starving, we're getting all this food, we're wasting it, we should not be wasting this food. Yeah, he's very conscious of being respectful about the food and wasting the food and people needing food. So I've never really seen a house guest do that as much as him, and I think it's nice.
Do they waste a lot of food? I hadn't even...
They waste a ton of food.
Really, like all of those like vegetables and stuff that we see in
they just throw stuff out and then it goes bad. And like I said, they'll literally buy an $89 piece of fish and it literally says the price on it, like $89, and then they just don't eat it and they're like, ew, fish, throw it away.
Oh my god. Well, they don't know how to cook fresh food. They know how to add hot water to cereal and smoothies and all of that stuff. Where Nicole, at least, was a chef and could at least make poached eggs.
Is she? Because she couldn't give me a simple recipe earlier. So,
more to look forward to.
Check out the Nicole interview over on our YouTube channel.
And she'll be back, never, next week, live.
Whatever. They do, I will say that is true. it seems like production also buys the food early and then gives them the food sometimes after the expiration date, so that's a reason as well, but whatever. I just was giving Joseph a shout out. Normally, Joseph annoys me because, in my opinion, he does too much in that house.
Right.
He games too hard, too much, but he also makes me laugh a lot of times too, and he is also, very respectful about the food, which I appreciate.
Right, but wasn't it too kind of noted that he was a little bit on the spectrum, which is why he's kind of overthinking stuff?
Joseph? Oh, no. Well, not on the spec. He has ADHD.
Or ADHD, yes. So
And
that's why he's kind of overthinking stuff and
Yes.
maybe has an issue kind of turning it off a little bit. But
Yeah.
I really like Joseph. When
I like him.
he's so much different than my first impression of him when the season started. I think he's such a nice guy. And, I have a little crush on him, too. I get it, Taylor. I totally get it. And I
don't have a crush on him, but he does make me laugh.
I'm a little tingly. I'm a little...
The ones that make me laugh, I do like, which unfortunately Jasmine is one of those. But, Turner makes me laugh. Joseph makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Turner is very funny on the live feeds. He is very good at giving out the one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
So, cut to... Now, again, you got to see the littlest smidge of this on the show of the ridiculousness that was Terence's whatever you want to call it. Let me just explain something to you. We came back, right, from this POV comp, and this is literally Terence and Daniel. Terence is like this to him. Your boy just got second. He just came in second. I'm running the game. I'm saving you, Daniel. I literally think when we were dying over this, talking about it live, I literally was going, burr, burr, burr. I was literally doing the wiki, 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 burr, burr, burr. The fact that they put the burr, burr, burr hype noises in under him because he's so delusional. Normally we get the weird clown dodo music for the people. This year we're getting like DJ hype noises for Terence, and I love it.
No, I loved it too. And I thought about that when Terence says, I'm killing this game. I'm doing it. Your boy just did it on his terms. Look what I did. Which is absolutely nothing. To see them all laughing in the HOH room because they all came up with the exact same story, which looked bad. Hello? These five Monty's absolutely right. They sounded ridiculous.
It was stupid. It was stupid.
And I could see how Michael thought maybe he was getting set up. It's like, whoa, what's happening here? I mean, this is a lot different than, Daniel, doing the opposite of what Monty wanted when Monty was HOH. This would be like, okay, this is weird. This is like Groundhog Day every time a new house guest comes in. Like, it's the same cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very funny watching it play out in real time. Like, Jasmine would come up first and be like, you know what I was thinking? I was thinking you should go for Monty. Are you going to do it? You got to do it. You got to go for Monty. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right, I'm going to scoot out of here quicker than a scooter on a racetrack. Okay, bye. And then, we saw she went downstairs to Indy. She's like, Indy, you got to go up there and sail it, girl. So then Indy goes up and she's like, what I was thinking? I
have been drinking lots of wine.
Yes. I want Monty. Fuck him.
I want to
fucking put me up. I fucking want him up. Do it. Do it now. 3 minutes later, Alyssa goes up. Hi, I'm off of Kyle's dick for 3 minutes, and I just wanted to let you know that I think we should go after Monty. Gotta go back to sucking Kyle's dick now. Not literally. Bye. Well, probably literally, but no, you know what I'm saying. Like, get off my dick. Yeah. Right. So it was obvious. Terence was the last one to go into the room, I believe, not the first.
Oh,
so.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And I don't know why they have to make it so weird in the edit.
Because it's looking like he's the one that's devised this. You know what was so funny during the comp when it was just them two left, and Terrence said, "I just need you to win, Michael." Telling the person who has won every veto that they've competed in, "Listen, I want you to win," and then for Michael to look at him and say, "Yeah, okay, thanks, I appreciate that, but I'm still giving it my all." Do you know what I mean? Like, he had no leverage in that at all, and then to come in, like you were saying on a previous show, "I got in second. Your boy is running a house." You know,
Yeah. Just, and like, we
no
got it,
deal.
Daniel.
No deal, though. Yeah.
Daniel, me and you, we got it. Me and you, buddy. We're doing it.
We're going to talk to the camera.
Stop.
Your boy just is going to save Daniel. Let's save him.
Yeah, and Terence has been so, a lot of people. Like, here's the thing. Well, I don't want to get into this whole conversation again, but kind of like what I was saying in the beginning, where I feel like it does a disservice to pin things on Michael when there are other people doing so much worse things. So, like, Terence has just been horrible towards Taylor, as well, saying a lot of things about Taylor behind her back, basically calling her a hoe, basically saying, like, she's ruining all their games if she doesn't get on board with getting Daniel out. She's stupid because she's not just committing to the plan.
So everybody's hearing this on the live feeds, and then Twitter's attacking, saying, "Oh, Michael's scared there's going to be another cookout."
Well, Kyle was scared that there could be another cookout, but I mean, it happened after.
Right.
And people were talking about it. I just,
Right.
I don't see the same, whatever. But I don't even care about that. My point is, yes, you should be saying it about, Terence, because he's actually saying these things.
Yeah.
Whereas, someone like a Michael isn't. So don't get it. And Taylor's been very hurt on the live feeds because she really thought that Terence would have her back. She really stuck her neck out for Terence several times and hasn't.
All of them. Nicole, when she was praying, for her mom, and then Nicole's in the next room just talking. So,
well, but that was with Nicole. But I mean, she stuck up for Terence a lot.
Right. That's what I mean as far as how Taylor is. She's, and she said it, "I have more empathy for the person in front of me than I do my own self."
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is
well, I asked Nicole that too. I asked her where she found her newfound empathy.
And she answers?
Sure. We can't follow up, so.
Right, because her account's private now, right?
Yeah. So Terence doesn't appreciate how they saved him in the beginning. He's a traitor, says chat. I mean, I think Terence is as delusional as Nicole and Daniel. Do I think he's as mean as Nicole and Daniel? I do not think he's as mean as them. But he's just a delusional person who...
Well, I think he's just
horrible at Big Brother.
He's horrible at Big Brother, but he's delusional on what he thinks this game is, right? And I think too, and not to say what they've done to sit and said about Taylor is good, it's not. But when you are kind of throwing shade at someone who everyone else is, it kind of takes the target off you a little bit. But then when you're just Terence, you have a target on you.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%. I have always said that in the game of Big Brother, in all seasons. Or, I said this about the whole Nicole Anthony fight in the HOH room with Tommy standing up and cheering, like, "Lock the door." I'm like, I understand the social aspect that when you are in a game for all this money and everyone is like, that person's horrible, you're not going to be like, "Well, I have gone through everything to get here, and I am now going to take a stand against 10 other people so that I can be voted out next. No, you're going to be like, lock the door on the bitch. So, you know, like, you're going to go along with it. Now, does that make it right? No. Should you expect the backlash if you're going to do something like that? Yes. But again, here's what I don't understand these people. Just go to a fucking camera and go, hi, social media. I just need to talk to you like a toddler for a minute. This is just a game move. Obviously, I respect her as a person. This is why I am like, help people understand your thought process so that no one is filling in the blanks of your motivation for things.
Right.
It's very simple, and I don't understand why production doesn't just tell them to do that more. Apparently, production told them that we want their song preferences at night. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Every night, Turner will be like, all right, guys, we're going to bed. So, everyone, remember, the production wants us to give the live feeders our song choices for the day. I want you to look up Nickelback 5 Cent, and I'm just like, no, production doesn't want that, Turner. I don't give a dumb fuck about what song you want us to listen to. This isn't Spotify. We're watching the live feeds.
Are we listening to it on the little iPod thingy, or is this?
Oh my god, it's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Or are we honestly throughout the house?
No, I really hope that Turner comes out and goes, yeah, that was my way to troll the live feeders. I just hope he comes out and be like, yeah, that was my way to troll all of you.
As he's eating a muffin.
I'm eating a muffin and, you know, doing it. But yeah, so, you know, all of that, you know, was going on. We also had, well, okay, so we can finish that up. Turner's delusional, Daniel's delusional. I was so excited for this HOH speech, but like most of Michael's speeches, I won't say most of what Michael does, but his speeches, I always get really excited for them and then get let down. Like, I was waiting for this. The fact that he was going to use Daniel's own words against him and then start it with, as to quote my favorite Elvis impersonator, that's fucking classic. Like, he just, oh my god, that is, he could have sold that so much better. I don't know if they made him redo that multiple times and that was his best take, but that could have been done so much better. Same thing, they gave him a DR fake phone. The fact that you are getting to go down in history of Big Brother players like Brittany and Will and Boogie, you know, people that have had their fake DR phones getting to make the phone call, you got that. And even that he didn't really say. Hi, go join Nicole. Bye. Oh, come on. I wanted him to sell that so much more. So I was a little disappointed. But, I mean, it's still good. Still good. I still love that he had the balls to do it. I love that he had the balls to stand up there and use Daniel's own words against him. And I'm not going to say, you know, copy us, because it's not like he could listen. But I do think it's funny that we literally say these things on the show and then they make the next episode.
Oh, yeah.
Seems weird. I mean, technically nobody said, Nicole, you have the right to remain silent, but I was thinking of starting my interview like that. I was thinking of that. So anyway, yes, the episode highlighted a little bit how there was this undercurrent to try and get Monty on the block, and obviously it didn't work out. I guess on tomorrow night's episode, we will probably see them trying to backpedal. We'll see Monty making his really last-ditch effort. The remix, spoiler alert, done work. Because as I keep telling everyone who goes, the leftovers are gonna fall apart, la 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 la. No, they're not. They're not giving up their numbers.
No.
Not until a double eviction are these people going to make a play against each other. Mark my words.
Do you admire Daniel's passion for thinking, okay, I still got a chance. I can do this. I can turn it around.
I don't admire Daniel's anything.
As a fan, just as a fan of the game, like he's still fighting. He's a fighter.
He needs to fight that thing on his head that looks like a dead rat and put some hot oil in it.
All right. I can't wait for the Daniel interview.
I just want to say that I conducted the Nicole interview with Grace.
When you send out your questions for Daniel, I'm going to be like, what kind of hair products do you use?
There was part of me that was like, she's already answered all these Taylor questions. What is the point of me asking them? That's why I wanted to go from the angle of, what have you learned in the past week when you said you were going to go learn stuff?
Yeah.
So there's that. But, yeah, with Daniel, what's your favorite Elvis song? I don't know. Pretend that you don't like Taylor now, and I pretend that you like Taylor now, and go. Yeah.
Have you ever parted your hair on the other side, had the buzz with all the party?
Why
is the party always on this side, or can it be on this side as well? Is it rotatable? That's what I want to know.
Can anybody be an Elvis impersonator if you just get that white suit with the deep V and curl the front of your hair?
Oh, well, and the glasses, right?
Well, and the glasses. And go, huh. Well, look, I'm Elvis. Here's the thing. This season, for the first time, have found myself having very negative feelings towards house guests. And I didn't like that I was feeling these things, so I wanted to go watch him do something he was good at. So I wanted to go look at him, doing Elvis, and it is a different side of him. He looks like he's having fun. I was like, wow, he can use his hips. He knows how to do the Elvis hip gyrating roll. Like, I don't understand why he wasn't doing more of that in the house. Have some fun. You're an Elvis impersonator. Why did you not do one Elvis impersonation?
Well, I think he thought, you know what? I play Elvis all the time, and I'm going to go in the BB house and be the real me.
Well, you're going to come out and be hated, and you have every fan trying to make sure you never get a job again. So I bet you're going to look back on this time when you were on the air 3 nights a week and really wish you would have created some sort of an Elvis thing.
Maybe.
And
what?
I was going to say, you think CBS would have went, and that stupid Elvis movie is out, so let's call them. Hey, Elvis movie, we have an Elvis impersonator in the house. Would you like us to do an Elvis movie, segment?
Yeah.
Again, just put me as a producer.
The invitation.
Seriously, would have made more sense.
Right?
He couldn't swivel his hips because he was attached to a lesbian. Says Lost and Concruised in the chat, and not me.
I think you're blaming it on Lost and Concruised.
I think they scissor.
They don't. What, girls?
I don't know. Lesbians scare me. You're well aware. I was honestly going to start the Nicole interview with, I just have to put it out there, lesbians scare me, and I never look them in the eye, so excuse me while I conduct the interview like this. Okay. They probably saw him and said no, says Chad. He said he wasn't allowed to do it. People in chat are saying he wasn't allowed to impersonate Elvis. Okay.
But Taylor plays? I mean, come on. What's going on here?
Oh, okay. No, I don't accept that answer. Fine. You're not allowed to impersonate Elvis. You are a performer. You've been in theater your entire life and on Broadway. Did that stop Tommy from twirling around that house and acting out every Broadway, musical, which late happy birthday to Tommy, and he's back on Broadway.
I love Tommy.
So you should probably just be promoting yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
So, last little bit of a feed news drama. Not really drama, but it was interesting. Last night, I tweeted it out if you would like the flashback time, or I will be so good and tell you it right now.
Tell us.
If you flash back to cameras 3 and 4 at 1:44 a.m. today, the 10th of August, so August 10th at 1:44 in the morning, cameras 3 and 4, you will see an amazing rant by Michael.
In the HOH room?
In the HOH room. Where he is basically bringing back the fuck Sarah Beth and I said that shit. But he's bringing back fuck Daniel and I said that shit. He was not happy with Daniel. He was not happy with Joseph and Taylor a little bit because he felt that they were coming at him a lot earlier in the day or earlier before that about jury management. And he was kind of upset about, like, you guys are worrying about jury management when so far only Monty and myself have stuck our necks out against this other side of the house. You don't have anything to worry about. They're not mad at you guys. Monty and I are the ones taking the hits, winning the vetoes, and causing them to go home. So why you're complaining to me about your jury management is ridiculous, which I thought was interesting that he had that insight about them, but has no fucking insight about Brittany whining to him every 5 fucking seconds. Because she's a million times worse, Michael. Don't feel bad for the Brittany's of the world. Doesn't work out for the gays. Whatever. So he did all of that. Then he goes, and Jasmine, playing on my emotions, acting like she's for the underdog. I hope she's on the block next week. I get to cast a vote and evict her on her birthday, and then looks directly into the camera and goes, and you can tag her on that Twitter. Like, he doesn't care. And we saw, you know, there's the clip that Janelle posted of him in the bubble bath being like, I'll never forgive you, Nicole Franzel, for what you did to Janelle on All Stars. And I'm just like, wow. I think Michael, and I have said this from the beginning, is another one who is very smart. He is in there. He is aware what memes he's making. He is aware what Twitter is going to think of him. He is creating... I just think he,
like he took your
planned out what he was doing on this season.
It's like he took your class.
Yep. He's very smart. He knew to sit in a bubble bath, shout out Janelle, and then slam Nicole. You cannot tell me that that was not planned out in his head to do. Just like it is to be in that DR and shouting out Janelle with vetoes. Just like it's to be in that DR, in his HOH room, doing a rant and then being like, tag her in it. Using fuck, you know, Sarah Beth, I said that shit, but make it be about Daniel. He knows. He is creating... in his mind, and maybe it is just as simple as he's a huge Big Brother fan and wants to be part of moments that he thought were huge for him, that were huge as a fan. It could be that too. But I think he's a lawyer and he's smarter than that, and I think he knows exactly what he's doing.
Smart, he's in Mensa, and he is a fan, and is a live feeds fan. And understands the social media and the culture and Yeah.
Oh, he was mad. As somebody who pretends to be mad on this show a lot, it's very easy to make people think you're actually mad when you're ranting. I think I made angry rants my thing. I'm not really angry. But it's super strategic, and it's a fun thing that you get to do. I think he knows. I think he literally went, okay, I'm going to go take a bubble bath. I'm going to reference Nicole. I'm going to shade Nicole. And I guarantee you that's going to make Janelle tweet about me and have hundreds of thousands of likes and people talking about me on Twitter. Here I go.
And I
There's nothing you can say that will
did it
convince me.
all from the bath.
Yep, doing it all from the bath. He just, he just needed his bottle of champagne.
Oh.
He just needed a little fun champagne bar. And by the way, I'm not shading him for it. Power to it. These are all the things I always said I would do if I got on this show. Except I would have had my man, I would have also had my little catchphrases, and the shirts would be being sold while I'm in the house. I do that for $1.
Yeah, he should have done the merch.
You should have done the merch. I watched Michael last night. I rewatched it again today because it was so good. Oh, and now I'll have a snack. It really was funny. I laugh. Sorry. He finishes his whole rant, and then he literally goes, and now I'll have a snack. And as a tall, lanky, awkward person that I am, that nobody knows until they meet me, the way he went to sit on the edge of the bed and then slid down and hit the floor, it's just such we're lanky big people that I totally related to. But then watching him eat the lemon bars and the camera kept zooming in on him he was like the Grinch, at Christmas. I was like, what is happening? This is weird.
Well, I didn't know that they got mini fridges in the HOH room.
Oh, Lord.
Pizzas and...
Really? You didn't know that?
Yeah, I thought it was just the basket.
Well, it's only been 24 seasons, so now you know.
Well, and then I was looking at it, too, and seeing all the stuff from Trader Joe's. And you know what? I eat a lot of the same stuff Michael does. Like some of those pizzas and flatbreads and all of that stuff.
Here's the thing, Debbie. I see people calling you out in chat. He does know. He just doesn't remember. He's like me, and he does know, but he just doesn't remember that he knows. But yes, you could be like I was this many seasons in when I learned the HOH had a fridge. Most people would be like, 1.
I've also been up for 48 hours. And,
True.
Yeah.
True. True.
I'm
the fridge probably...
barely hanging on. Yeah.
The fridge probably is bigger than it used to be. It probably is.
It probably started out as a cooler in the original Big Brother house.
Right. Just like remember when they used to have the Jack Shack? They used to literally have one of those rubber made chests that you would put the the furniture cushions in.
Mm-hmm.
And then some house guests were like, well, this is the only place we can go to where the cameras can't see us to take care of business. Jack Shack.
Ugh.
Howie. Shout out Howie! Oh, back when Big Brother was fun and we all didn't hate each other and rip each other apart forever on the internet. Oh, remember when we just liked Big Brother?
Oh, yeah, we had fun.
Yeah, fun times. Okay, so that being said, tomorrow will be live Eviction. We know that it is going to be the wall competition. So, Comedy Jonah, I should have asked you this ahead of time, but I'll ask you it now. Clearly the wall comp will be playing out on the feeds after the episode. Mm-hmm. So, are we going live after the episode tomorrow night, or are we pushing it into the next afternoon?
Oh, well, it's going to go live, so no, we can't have an episode.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, I will be live. I will watch it play out with everybody. But, I think that's a better idea. So we'll do our show the next afternoon at 2 p.m. Eastern.
That's 11 a.m. Pacific.
Or we could do 1 Eastern. It used to be so great. Fights used to happen. Howie's Jack Shack. Exactly.
Early, I could do it. I can do it early.
Oh, no.
I can do it early. Oh.
You're a big ass. Hold on. I got you covered. Okay,
So
gotcha.
I can
Oh,
do it.
you are so lucky. You are 1 second away from being replaced with a goddamn chip. Okay, go ahead.
So I could do it early, like at 8:30 a.m. my time, which is 11:30
Nah,
yours.
that's too early. Nobody's awake then.
Okay, so then I can do 11:30 my time.
So 2:30 Eastern is when our show will be Friday.
Okay.
Our next show will be 2:30 Eastern. There, you were just part of the production meeting, everyone.
Everybody, you were there. Yeah.
So I will watch the wall competition play out with you guys tomorrow night. After the episode, we will have fun doing that. I should also say, if you are not a fan of, some of the social media toxicity around Big Brother, well, I encourage you to use the block button. However,
Yeah.
a fun place to come hang out is our Discord server, yourrealityrecaps.com/Discord, to get invited and come on in. We have a BB24 channel where you can talk. It's great because you can have the feeds open and be in there and talk at the same time on your mobile device, which you can't do with the CBS chats. And it's just a lot of really fun, nice people talking about the feeds. There is literally not one time I go in there that there's not people in there talking about the feeds.
Wow.
I watch it with them every night, usually from 3 a.m. Eastern, sometimes until 6 in the morning.
Oh my gosh. How do you stay
We
up
have
so
fun
much?
over there. Well, vampires. So, make sure that you guys check that out. Make sure that you are following us wherever you are seeing our shows. Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of those places. I just posted a brand new TikTok with my mom.
I
And
saw
she has
that.
dementia and Alzheimer's, and it would really mean the world to her if you just liked that and commented before she dies.
Oh.
So far, there's only 6 likes on it and like 10 comments, so I can't show that to her poor Alzheimer's brain. You horrible people.
Just disgusting. Disgusting.
No, I would love to use that as a real excuse, but between you and me, she won't remember if you do it anyway. But for that, I can just tell her she got a ton, and she'll think she did. So make sure that you follow, like, and subscribe wherever you guys are watching these shows. You sharing them, telling a friend, telling a family member. Thank you, Comedy Jonah. That's Twitter and not TikTok, Grandpa. So you can also
TikTok
tweet us
on Twitter. You.
Oh, thank you. I thought you were pretending like that was TikTok. You can tweet us on Twitter every day with hashtag WhyAreOurLive during the episodes, and visit the past 10 years of our shows over at yourrealityrecaps.com. See John cover Survivor, Bravo shows, so much fun stuff over there. We appreciate all your guys' support. Thank you to Debbie in the You Now chat, Jenny, EVOO, Becky, all for giving bars and financially supporting the show. We really appreciate you guys that pay to subscribe and do those things. It really helps keep the shows going too. Oh, we lost John again. He's probably watching my TikTok. All right, well, he's getting replaced with a potato chip. And you're back. Okay, final thoughts, Comedy Jonah?
No, I love a wall comp, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of nice to see Daniel go home tomorrow.
We will see. Hashtag Daniel eviction party. Bye for now, everybody. Bye, friends.